Good morning, everyone. Today is day 37 hiking on the trail. We spent a nice night here at the Shelton Gravesite. All our tents and most of our gear is packed up. We're getting ready to head out. Got cold last night, down to 32, 33 degrees. We got a bit of a breeze this morning, which is making it tough on our fingers. So everyone had some cocoa and oatmeal and stuff. But we're going to head out shortly. It's about 8:40. As you can see, beautiful sunny day. We got about a 10-mile day today to Hogback Shelter. And we'll spend the night there. Then after that, it'll be a second night in the woods, and then we'll come out into Irwin. Today, during the day, we'll be passing a hostel that does resupply. Have to pick up a couple days worth of food there, and then move on. So we're gonna get going, and the crew is Sir, Try, Sue, or I should say Inside Out, and Mushroom. Mushroom's going to stay at a different hostel, so we'll lose her for a little while, but maybe pick her back up in Irwin. Alright, heading out, so I'm going to close up, and we'll bring you stuff on the trail as we go. Alright, told everyone that we were packing water to the last campsite. It was dry. This is our first water of the day. And if you're good, you can prop up a rhododendron leaf, give yourself a little spillway. But other than that, this is our water source. Hey, Mushroom. We're about a 3/4 of a mile from camp, from the Shelton Gravesite. We've been on a steady descent. As you can see, things are pretty dry. I don't think it's rained here in a week. It's been great weather. Got water at that water source. I'd like to carry 1.5 liters minimum. The next stopping point will probably be a shelter where I'll have my second breakfast, or a snack, really. But when you're hiking, you just gotta keep feeding the furnace so you don't run out of juice. The afternoon has a climb, so we'll see how bad it is, if I have some afternoon uphill mojo or not, but we'll see. In the meantime, enjoy the walk. Not seeing anything spectacular to take pictures of. Most of the trees I'm seeing are trees I've talked about before, although here's a beech I've talked before. You can easily tell by the leftover leaves, smooth gray bark. Once the leaves start breaking out, I'll be able to give you more clues to identifying trees. Leaves make it much easier. I'm going to close up this clip and put some northbound footprints to my southbound side. Just left the shelter. Had a little snack and continued on. There are a couple people at the shelter, so didn't film. We have a level or descent down to Rector Road, Laurel Rector Road, something like that. And there's a hostel a couple tenths of a mile off the trail where you can get resupply. I hope. I do have 2 days plus a little more worth of food if I need it, which I could probably stretch if I had to. And I'll find out when I get there. But I got to pick up about 2 days worth of food in order to get to Erwin, Tennessee. Try reserved a room for 4. That'll be her, Sue, me, and Sir. For the night there. I believe it's at Uncle Johnny's. While in Erwin, I have a few in-town things to do, which I want to take care of. I have to call home sometime today, so I'm hoping I have reception from the top of the climb this afternoon. Got some things going on at home that I gotta find out about. So, a couple nice white pines here. Let me see if I can get a picture of white pine. I always told you about the upsweeping branches. And the white pine, you can see that one right there, but that doesn't really have the sweep. That's just like a continuous up. How about this one here? See how they sweep up at the ends? That's characteristic of white pine. And like I said, if you're looking at driving down a road and you see a ridge line or a mountain, and you see all the trees are about the same height, and then one pine tree shoots up higher, that's white pine. More so, certainly up in towards New England. I don't know of any taller pines down this way. And there's the bark of white pine. I'm gonna give you a little more trail Then I'm gonna put the phone away and get the hiking. As you can see, pretty nice trail. Bunch of little ups and downs, short ones. Oh, someone's up ahead, so I'm going to tune out. I'll get back to you afterwards sometime. Just a hiker having a snack. Nice white oak. I don't know if I mentioned, white oak quite often has moss up the top, but down here in the Carolinas, a lot of the trees have it. That looks like a red maple. It must just be the weather down here. Up in New York, you don't see so much moss on the trees, but you do on the white oaks. Very good. It's about 2.5 feet in diameter, that stump, that log. Too bad. Beautiful tree. See a lot of big trees along the trail. It's really nice. Very well. Let me get the hiking. About 0.3 from Laurel Road. And we got a livestock containment device.
Oh, you pop it through the middle.
Yep. For the little cows. This descent should take us down to the road. And 0.2 of a mile east is a hostel I can get some supplies at. I'll bring you back when I get to the road. Just stopped at the Laurel Hostel to resupply, but they essentially had nothing worth resupplying. They had ramen noodles, beef only, one flavor, and candy. So if you're going for resupply, don't count on the Laurel Hostel off of Laurel Rector Hole Road, because it's not worth it. So I just filtering some water a little uphill from the hostel, and then we're going to be moving onward uphill. All right, it's almost full, gotta go. And across this in the stream, it's not skunk cabbage. I believe it's hellebore, something like that. But I'm not sure. I know it's not skunk cabbage though. Been on pretty much a continuous climb since the hostel. And I called it the biggest mountain in sight. Is the one we had to climb, or I think we skirted it to the big one behind it. Anyway, have my mojo. I'm just tired. I'm hoping it ends there and goes out to the left when we get to that height of land over there, as opposed to turning right and going up to the top. Some more bracken fungi on that log. Oh, it's warm today. I'm down to t-shirt and shorts. Whew, it's warm. All right. Onward and upward. Look what I ran across. First nice view in a little while. Yeah, craggy old apple tree. I don't know what those out there are unless they're solar panels. I don't know. Oh well. Looks like I have one more hill to climb before we head down to the shelter on the downswing. So let me get to it. A lot of this trail has been alongside this barbed wire fence. But what a lot of people don't realize, and I bet this is the case here, see the wooden posts? A lot of the wood that was used for posts was American chestnut because it was so insect resistant. I'll bet you a lot of these are exactly that, American chestnut. If not chestnut, they're walnut, but I'd spend a couple dollars betting that they're old chestnut posts. And since the chestnuts died out back in the 1910 or so to 1920, shows you how long that wood lasts without rotting. Chestnut is very rot resistant wood. The other thing, one of my viewers brought out, the forests you see now are the competition, like the birches and stuff that become climax species. They're only climax species because the chestnut's gone. American chestnut was so extensive in Appalachia, in the forests, it was estimated that 1 in 4 trees was a chestnut tree. Yeah. So, and the nuts were so, they were prized for food by humans, but by animals. They sustained a lot of animals. So, when the chestnut died out, it changed the dynamics quite considerably. So, those of us looking forward to the reintroduction of the chestnut are excited about the prospects of what the forest will look like. Chestnut was a very fast growing tree too. Had some huge trunks. Sometimes it would have multi-stem trunks that were 20 or 30 feet across. Not each trunk, but the combined group. Some big trees. Go find some historic pictures of chestnut and you'll be amazed. Why do I think I gotta go over that mound? Because I usually do. All right, let me get to it. About a quarter mile from the shelter. I was looking in these woods and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a carpet of green, of this stuff. Acres and acres of it. Amazing. I do see some tents, backpacks, so I'm going to guess you might be able to see them. Nah, you can't see them. So the shelter's coming up very soon. Didn't film a lot in the afternoon. Had a lot of uphills. Really took a toll on me physically, and thinking about home, taking a toll on me mentally. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. We got tonight and tomorrow night in the woods. Then a room at Uncle Johnny's. And that'll give us access to Erwin, Tennessee. The fun thing about coming into a shelter, if everyone's got their tents up, they're usually treated to a pretty colorful display. Plus all the gear, different colors. All right. Yellow-bellied sapsucker holes. All right, I'm gonna have to tune out because there's people at the shelter. I'll see what I can do once I'm settled.